Hey guys, how you guys doing today? Today we are having 2 pounds of the green lip mussels, some lemon, and of course the butter sauce. I'm sorry I didn't put a video out yesterday. I was so tired. I had a long day. So, oh god, no. It wasn't my day. So I decided to wake up early today. It is, what, 10 maybe right now? And I woke up with so much things in my head. I'm going through a lot, and I'm just trying to cope with it. But let's just get into this. I'm gonna try to give you, well, not try. I think it's gonna be like a story time type of thing video, because I was just remembering stuff when I was little, and I know I've been doing these stories from my past when I was young, but I just want these videos to be memories for my kids for when I'm not here. They can go back and they can just visualize, in their head when I'm talking, doing these videos, doing these story times, so they can see how much fun I had when I was young. And yeah, I had some good times and bad times, but why talk about the bad times? Let's talk about the good times, It's all about the good times. Well, anyways, let me just eat some of these and we'll talk about that. Okay. I try to get the green lip mussels, the half shell, that one, the one that's just with the mussel, but I don't know if my order was made wrong or whatnot, that I ended up getting the mussel with the whole shell. I was like, whatever, it's whatever. It's whatever. Why even talk about that? Trying to get a shell so I can get that itty bitty white stuff on it. You know what I'm talking about? If you guys eat mussel, you know what I'm talking about. So, there we go. Let's go with something bigger. There we go. See that? Okay, it's gonna fall because I just attached it. What I do is I get one of the shells and put the mussel there. Well, first I did check if there was any beard inside, and no, there isn't. It's clean. And the butter sauce. Of course, you guys know I love my onions, so I'm gonna put some onions up in there, just like so. I feel like I'm teaching some babies how to eat mussels. It's not about that. I'm just wanting to show you guys how I eat my mussels. Okay. Like that. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna drip, but let me see if I can do this. See that? This is what, oh my God, look at that. Look at that, you guys. Oh, I just love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Mm. Mm. I don't usually add a lot of butter, but at times like this, I'm very hungry. I am. A little drip, drip. You see it? Mm-hmm. You know you do. Mmm. 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 Oh, don't forget my ice water. I have to, because sometimes the spices go into my throat and they just start tickling and I start sneezing and coughing. Coughing up a storm and everything. You guys, I forgot to paper towels. So I guess this is gonna be a no cleaning video. All messy and everything, I guess. Anyways, going back to my memories. This is my memories. This is, I'm gonna make that clear. Um, this is what I remember. And people, family, cousins, friends, uncles, aunts, they can remember this differently, but this is how I remember my childhood. It's kind of sad at times. I mean, this is how I felt, and sometimes it makes me want to cry. I mean, this is a sad memory thing. Let's just put it that way, because I mean, honestly, it's not a bad memory, but it's something that helped me grow, something to teach my kids, because I didn't want for this to happen to them. But when it comes to joking around when you're little and playing hide and go seek, singing along with music from school, from elementary, you know, you have those songs that we used to sing back in, we were in kindergarten, first grade, maybe even to third grade. I don't remember. Yeah, dinosaur years, huh? But anyways, I used to be that person, you know, being alone. Well, my mom and dad, let's just bring it back to that part so you guys can understand why. But my mom and dad got divorced when I was 11, maybe going on 12. So they had this, I think it was like a joint custody, because we would spend like a weekend with my dad, maybe. My mom would only allow a weekend with my dad, like every weekend or every other weekend. And it was just me, and my two baby brothers, I think. Sometimes it was just me and my brother Hill. You know, Hill and me were the ones that were going mostly with my dad. And I think my brother Frankie too, I'm not sure. Honestly, to be honest, the only vision I have in my head is me and he, because he was the one that was my dad's baby. He was everything to my dad. And the thought of my dad's passing, it broke my heart seeing him hurt, because he was the one that was there for him day in, day out. In his hard times, my dad would always look for him and give him that call, that, I don't know, their relationship was priceless. Anyways, and my dad had told my aunt one day that he didn't want me to go back to my mom's, because he wanted to keep me, because my mom had my other sister, you know. I mean, that's something I'm never gonna forget. I remember him crying. He was drunk. I'm not gonna deny it. My dad did drink a lot. I don't know if it was because of the divorce or whatnot. But I remember playing bingo at my aunt's house, and I was young. We were living in Mission with my aunt, and it was just me there. I remember him crying, telling my aunt that for her to take care of me. And I thought to myself, oh my God, my dad's gonna leave. And then my aunt was telling him, don't worry, that, you know, I got you, you know. And then my aunt was like, just go inside, we're gonna go play bingo right now, this and that. She stayed talking to my dad outside. I don't know what they were talking about. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna add words to this. I'm just saying what I remember. And I remember going inside playing bingo, and I kind of teared up a little, because I saw my aunt and she was just staring at me, but I didn't know what was going through her head. Mm. Mm. The reason for my memories is because I keep on thinking about my dad a lot. And what comes with my dad? My brother. My brother, because I remember sleeping in my aunt's house because they were neighbors, right? And I remember waking up early every morning at my aunt's house. Everybody would sleep late. And I would be in the door just looking at my dad's house. And he was getting ready to go cut yards. You know, he would do that for a living. And I would see my little brother with him, you know, helping him try to get the lawnmower in the truck, or the weeder, whatever they needed, every equipment they needed to use. And obviously, you know, every morning it's real cold, you know, well, for a child that age. My dad had him covered with a little sweater and all covered up. My dad took care of him so good. My brother was everything to him. I mean, I would remember him talking to my uncles and all around and drinking and everything. That was his son. He would even cry. I remember he would tell me, just go inside. And I wanted to ask him. I was that shy person that I didn't even want to talk to my parents because I would always been told to go inside or shut up or don't say this or this and that. So I kept my mouth shut all the time just to avoid an argument or a spanking, let's put it that way. But yeah, that's what I mostly remember. Him crying and saying that why would things happen? I never told this to none of my family members because it's whatever. It's the past and we're trying to move forward. But my dad loved my brother so much. Technically, there were like two of my brothers. My oldest brother, Albert, and my youngest brother, Hugh. Those two right there, they were there for my dad. I mean, yeah, there will be arguments, fights, and whatever, but that doesn't matter. That goes beyond the love of from a son to a father. I remember this clearly because I would visit him a lot. On visitations, I was the one going to him. And I was the one seeing him hurt. I was the one seeing him drunk. I mean, not like personally, like I was always there. The fact that the person that was there was seeing him drunk, and sometimes people will get mad at him because why would he do that? He has his kids, he needs to focus on that. I remember one uncle of mine told him, you need to stop doing this, you need to stop drinking. You have your kids, be with them, give them the time of day. And my dad was just like, he couldn't bear. I guess because he's lost. I'm thinking my thoughts again. All this video is about my thoughts and my experience with my dad and the people around him, the people that loved him, the people that gave him the time of day. Because this is how I remember my dad. And he had a big heart. And I know everybody knows this. My dad always made those jokes, especially when he was drunk. I love those times. My dad wasn't a bad person. I don't care what anybody says. He wasn't. every time I would come to, let me just cut my dad's story short because I'm starting to tear up in here. I just wanted to say that before he passed, I would come to Michigan, Indiana, you know, because I chose to make this my hometown. I just wanted to take my kids out of my state where I was born and raised. I wanted them to have a better life, and I moved up north. And I never said goodbye to my dad. Not even the first time I left. And there was something about my last time that I came up here that I went to him, to his house, to where he was living with his girl. And I was afraid the lady that was with him wasn't gonna let us see him, because sometimes she would like deny him, you know, to come out and whatnot. My dad, he couldn't come out, and him, to avoid an argument with her, he would just tell us to leave or whatnot. That day was different. It was different. Why? Because he came out. He had just taken a shower. And he came out. It was me, my partner, and my kids. And we said our goodbyes, you know. I remember telling my partner, it's weird, right? And he's like, why? I'm like, it was a good goodbye, because I remember my dad's kisses when I was small, when I would go visit him. He would be drunk. And those are the best kisses to me, when he's drunk, because he shows so much love. And when he's not drunk, it's like he's a serious father, you know, like a serious dad. But when he's drunk, he's the most fun person I remember. Okay. Anyways, I remember getting there with him, and I remember getting there with him, and how can I say this? I was like, Dad, I'm gonna go to Michigan. And he's like, what for? ¿Para qué vas? O ¿qué van a hacer? You know? But I'm like, pues Diego va a trabajar, you know? And he's like, bueno, con mucho cuidado, you know? That was his word, mucho cuidado, no más. You know, cuida los niños. And I'm like, sí, pa. Yeah. And I was like, I was telling the kids, you know, give Grandpa a hug, because we're gonna leave. And we all did. I was the last one. I wanted the last hug, you know. I wanted my hug. I remember so clearly, like if it was just yesterday. No bullshit. And this is why I, at night, it's so hard. I remember saying, my turn. And he just smiled at me. He gave me that cute smile that he always had. And I remember hugging him. And he hugged me like if he didn't want to hug me at first. But little did I know I had a little thingy here that was poking him. And then he told me about it, so I moved it aside. And then he hugged me real tight, you guys. That tight hug that I remember when I was smaller and I would visit him on my visitation days. I remember him hugging me, and his warm hug and his strong arms holding me. And he gave me a kiss like he always did on my forehead. And he whispered in my ear, mucho cuidado. I love you, mija. You know? I'm always gonna have that memory with him, about him. And I always cry every time I remember. Because I always missed his hugs. I always missed his kisses. I'm always gonna miss him. Period. Point blank, you know? I'm sorry. I didn't want to cry. I didn't want to cry. He hugged me real tight. It's like he didn't want to let me go. It's like he knew that that was going to be my last hug and my last kiss. It's like he knew. But I thank God every day. I thank God every day, every fucking day, that he gave me that. That he gave me. God knew how much I missed his hugs and kisses. Because we would hardly see him because that woman he was with wouldn't allow him to see us or get close to us. So sometimes we would have to go, like, he used to work at this cemetery, you know, cutting the yard, fixing everything around the tombstones and everything. And we would go look for him, you know. Or sometimes I would drive around just to see him because we couldn't get close to him. And I didn't want him to be having problems with the woman he was with because of us. I always thought about that, you know. I don't want to cause problems. And if I know I didn't do anything and I try to make it right, I would look for them, you know. Try my best to reach out and just let them know, you know. That's just how I am. If I knew I didn't do anything, I'd want them to see it. I didn't want them to have that image of me like that. Well, that day, I remember saying my goodbyes, and my dad didn't want to let me go because I remember I was trying to push out away because it was getting late. It was already at night. He was already heading to bed. So, because I was thinking of him going to bed, I was like, bueno, bye, and nos vamos, you know? And bueno, mija, just mucho cuidado. Cuida a los niños. And I remember pushing away, and he was like still holding me. And when I got on the vehicle, I remember telling my partner, he didn't want to let me go. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, he was holding me when I was pushing away. He was holding me. I feel like something's going to happen. And he was telling me, stop thinking like that. You always think like that. I'm like, no, it's because this hug and this, our goodbyes were like different. It was like, I don't know how to explain this. It's just that feeling that you get, you know, your gut is telling you something. It's like, but yeah, before he died, my goodbyes to him were priceless to me. It's like a treasure that I'm gonna keep with me forever until my last breath. And I'm happy because at least I took a kiss from him and a hug that he didn't want to let go. God, I miss my daddy. Oh, God. My food is getting cold now. Oh my God. Okay. I don't like talking about my dad because those are my memories. And that's something nobody can take from me. I don't care what anybody says about him. It was my dad. My dad's love for all of us, because we're 8 brothers, 6 brothers and 1 sister, which is 8 kids total. My dad's love for all of us was different. He loved us differently. He had this special love for everybody. My dad was always there for me. I'm sorry for still talking about my dad, but he was just that father, you know, that whenever I needed him, he was there. I remember when my babies were babies and I was living in a house where I was raised, technically. My aunt gave my dad this house. And I remember I was raising my babies there, my 2 oldest and my 3rd youngest. He was just a baby. He would always come to the house because he was living with this other lady. Or he would come, or she would come, and then she would always ask if I needed anything because my dad sent her or whatnot. And I was like, yeah, well, I need Pampers, or I need wipes, or I need food for them to eat, the small ones. And she was like, okay, well, ahorita voy y le digo a tu papá. You know what I mean? In less than an hour, my dad would come with bags from HEB, one of the grocery stores back in Texas, and he would bring me bread, bologna, cheese, chips, a lot of chips for the kids, some ice cream. Some pop for me, some Kool-Aid for my kids. My dad would be the type that he would be like walking inside with the bags and he would stare at me and he would just go into the kitchen and put the bags there so I could put everything away, and then he would just walk out. You know, he would just walk out. He wouldn't say anything. He was just like, okay. I'm like, thank you. That's all he would say. My dad, it's like, my relationship with my dad, he had to be drunk for me to make him talk to me. I know he had another vision of my dad because he was with my dad since he was a baby, as far as I can remember. So my dad would talk to him more, you know. He was a baby, my dad's baby. So he can remember my dad not drunk, sober, talking to him and joking around, and my dad showed him how to do mechanic and everything, you guys. He knows what he does because of my dad, but not everything, because he's a smart boy. He knows he knows what he's doing, and I'm very proud of him. Out of all my brothers, he knows how to pick up a house from scratch. Let's put it that way. Anyways, going back to my dad, I remember him bringing stuff, and he would just put it on the table and just leave. He wouldn't say anything. He would just like put his head down and just walk real fast until he was out. And when he was down, he would start walking slowly, like chill. And this, I mean, this is the motion he had walking. It was just like, he was hurt from one of his legs, but I'm not gonna go to that one. So he would be, getting into his vehicle. He got in his vehicle and he would just drive off. And I would just stare at him from the window. I was like, that's my daddy. That's my daddy. It just brings what he's gonna bring and just leaves without saying anything. That was him with me. Again, this is my memories. I'm not gonna be talking about anybody else but my memories. When he was in a cookout at his house with this lady called, her name was Nifa, he would always send her to come and tell me, hey, your dad wants you to go over there because he's in a cookout. He told me for you to take the kids so you guys can eat. He knew my struggle. He knew that I didn't have any food. I was always struggling for food for the kids, diapers, wipes, and everything. And so he would always call me. And I would take my kids, my husband, the person I married when I was 15. I don't know if you guys remember that from my previous videos. Well, me and my husband and, ex, I believe he got remarried. My ex-husband went, and my kids, he was drinking with my dad outside. We were outside sitting down while my dad was cooking, and then he would always call me. He would always call me to go and eat with him over there. The time I was living at the ranch, that's what we called our place back, because we used to live in a ranch. And he would always call me to go either go eat at his house for like breakfast to make the kids. He was like, ahí lo que hay, haz a los niños para que coman. So I'm there looking at Nifa because it was her house, And she was like, no, si haces, tu papá te dijo, hazlo. So I would cook for my kids, and cookouts, he would call me, we'd be outside. And if I would be at home, he would always go every 2 days, I believe. Every 2 days he would go to see if I needed anything, milk, food, diapers, whatever I needed. He was there for me. He was always, always there for me. I'm thinking to myself, I know I wasn't going to say anything sad or anything, but I guess that was it. I mean, to me it wasn't sad. It's just like good memories of my dad. Good times, good times. You know what I mean? This is how I remember things. Again, my other brothers and my sister can remember things differently because they can think about stuff that they remember about themselves. But this is me. This is how I remember my life with my dad. Oh. I'm starting to have an upset stomach. I don't know why. I mean, this is every morning. This is why I sometimes don't want to do videos in the morning. I wait up till the afternoon, you guys. That's why sometimes all my videos are uploaded in the afternoon, because I always wake up with an upset stomach that it won't allow me to eat. It won't allow me to do anything. It's just like I want to be laying down, just chilling, get this pain over with. But whew. My stomach. I'm sorry, you guys. Whew, my stomach hurts so bad. It's like a sharp pain, you know. I always get that every morning, I don't know why. Do you guys get that, you know, when you wake up? Obviously, you do your business in the restroom and everything. Then you come out thinking, oh, it's over. No, it's just, it comes back and it's just that sharp pain. Whew, hurts to breathe. Okay, you guys, I guess I'm going to have to end this video right now. Hopefully I have more stories for you guys on my next video. For those of you that haven't subscribed, hit the hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified when the new video is uploaded. Don't forget to comment, like, and share this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you guys like it. And I'll see you guys on my next video. I love you guys so much. Bye.